evening to everybody, and you are welcome to my today the international conference on the 132 birth anniversary of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Yes, welcome to the speakers. And then I told you already that the first preference will be given to the ladies who will come and join it. And before they could make it out, let me show the participants, those who are present today.
Sound sir. Sound देखो हाँ sound sir. Sound है
Audio failure is there, sir.
sound है sound sir. Hello.
Yes. Are you hearing me?
Just now I'm hearing you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. I forgotten to unmute it. That's why I'm asking each and everybody whether they are hearing me or not, but nobody is giving the reply. So that's why I got the doubt. Then I said, okay.
Good evening, sir.
Because myself also, I did not unmute it, then I am speaking it, but I am recording is going on. I don't know whether it is recorded it properly or not. I think definitely it will be recorded from the beginning, even though that you could not hear me also. If anyone that wants to make it out, please make your presentation so that I could introduce yourself. Jetling, Elusha, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Yes, now I would like to introduce Jetling Elusha, and he is the Associate Professor, Telangana University, Nizamabad, state of Telangana, India. Yes, sir. Then it's situated to the jet in yellow, sir. Please continue.
So thank you, sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity on the occasion of the 132nd birth anniversary of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is a stalwart in the constitution of making of India. So we can say that he is the architect of the constitution. As we well aware that he hails from a humble background, from a poorest of the poor family of Mahou district of the Madhya Pradesh. But he reached his zenith in his travels to the in life. There is a, if you see the biography of the Dr. Ambedkar, I just told you that he started his journey purely upon the scholarships. But if you see his name and beside to his name, there are number of degrees are there.
Yeah, it's stuck up.
Hello.
Yes, now continue it. Continue it. It's stuck up. Now you can continue it.
So, from humble beginning to the highest beginning, that is, and he impacted on us by gifting us the Constitution of India. After 75 years of our travel with the Constitution of India, it has meeting all the challenges. We have seen the monolithic rule of the Congress party for more than 50 years. Thereafter, coalition politics have started, and we have seen number of up and downs in the constitution. But the nation is intact. Why? If you go back to it, we can say it is because of the Constitution of India. So strong Constitution of India, though it is a federal in nature, but it has meeting all the challenges, all the emerging challenges have been answered in the Constitution of India. And that is not my words. Even in one case, the apex court of the land, Supreme Court of India, has stated that it is the strength of the Constitution we are being governed. Because if you see the comparative, the other nations like Pakistan, and Bangladesh, or even many of the African countries, they also had the constitutions. But the strength of the constitution is not on par with us. So the credit goes to the Constitutional Assembly, that to the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So we are celebrating is a symbol of equality. Maybe the equality statue is there in New York, but the statue is imposed by the French to the American people, but he be a symbol to equality to not only to Indians, but also every oppressed, depressed class of citizens around the world. We can say that he's an emancipator of the oppressed and depressed classes of the society. if you see his contribution to the Constitution of India is immense. Almost, if you take the center-state relations, then you take the Article 3rd, where he insisted there should be integration of the states, princely states, and also once it has been integrated, the power should be vested in the hands of the central government, so that a new states can be created basing upon the time and circumstances. Because of this, from 1950s to 2019 up to date, we can say that many states have been formed and which have been reorganized from the Assam Alteration of Boundaries Act of 1951 to Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act of 2014 and recent past Jammu and Kashmir Alteration of Boundaries Act of 2019. Today in Telangana, I'm coming back to Telangana because I hear from the Telangana. As a mark of respect to the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Chief Minister, the government of Telangana has unveiled the longest, the biggest, we can say, is the biggest statue in the midst of Hyderabad city. The statue is erected with the cost of around 145 crores in 11 acres of land. And also, there are around, it is 125 feet highest statue. No other statue is so highest of that of the Ambedkar statue in India is concerned. It is weighing around, it has made of the 3,600 tons of stainless steel. So mere installation of statue or unveiling the statue is not a thing. The state has to do the upliftment of the Dalits, oppressed and depressed class of the society. That is the main objective of the Constitution of India. And if I goes on to say his contribution to the nation cannot be described in the words, because he made such a wonderful contribution. And even for Hindu law, it is a piece of legislation. When he was the law minister, he given to Hindus, he codified the Hindu law. So we can, the nation can remember him forever. His contribution to the Constitution of India, his contribution to the development of the nation. And lastly, I would like to say that if you browse Google, you could see which person is having the highest number of statues in the world. For that, you can come across only statues of B.R. Ambedkar. No other person statues are there. Why? Because his contribution to the society, his contribution to the country, his contribution to the Constitution, and his contribution to the Constitution became a symbol of hope for the many of the constitution of the world. If you go to Africa, if you go to Southeast Asia, those countries which gained independence after us, they adapted similar principles in their domestic constitutions. So we can say that Dr. Ambedkar is not limited to India. He is a wild figure. Many constitutions owes great index towards the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So with these words, I conclude my this wonderful opportunity which is bestowed upon me. He is my guru, Professor Saheb Hussain sir. So he is always organizing the very good programs and connecting the people around the world. Thank you, sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Yes, Professor Jetling Yellow, sir, very good narration that you made. The statutes, not only in India, you could find in the worldwide. That is number one, and the number of the statutes are more because if you keep 1 hour also to say about him, we cannot exhaust it. I already made it clear to the next participants who would like to read it. And Shahin Khan, are you ready? Professor Shahin Khan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Professor Shahin
Yes,
Khan
sir.
from the Bharat University. It's a deemed university from Chennai. He's a very practicing advocate. More than 30 years practice would be there. And she practices mostly in the High Court of Hyderabad. But now she's started teaching at the Bharat University as well as sometimes she go for the practice also. Now I switch over to the Professor Shahin Khan. Please continue it.
Yes. Very good evening, sir.
Good evening. You are audible and visible also.
Yes. Very good evening to all our participants and those who are able to be audible and are able to see me. I congratulate all of us on this very fortunate eve of Gandhi Jayanti, the birthday of I'm extremely sorry, the Jayanti of our Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So, he does not require any introduction. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Baba Saheb Ambedkar does not require any introduction because he is such an international personality. The world, he is renowned to the world. And we are so lucky that we are the persons where he was born in our country. He belonged to Maharashtra and he is from our India. That is, we are proud to say that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was an Indian national, an Indian citizen, and he was born and brought up in Maharashtra. And his education was completed in England, Colombia, and almost all the parts of the world. And since I'm from Hyderabad, and I'm also Usmania graduate, Usmania postgraduate, Usmania law graduate, doctorate from Usmania University, Hyderabad, the very noted university, the very oldest university, and very prestigious university. So I'm proud to say that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was also the scholar of our Usmania University, and lastly, when he did his doctorate in literature. So, and as it is very worldwide known that, sir,
Yes.
Hi, sir. So, as the world knows that the B.R. Ambedkar was the father of the Constitution of India. He is the architect of the Constitution of India. Generally, it is known that he is the father of the Constitution and very largest Constitution, written Constitution of India. And whereas in other countries, as it is a well-known fact, there is no written Constitution, but in our country, it is a written Constitution with the all the efforts made by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, sir. Apart from this, he was a social activist, and I'm very proud to say that being our Indian academician, he was a lawyer, he was an economist, he was an academician. Later, he became a barrister, and it is very proud to say that he obtained 4 doctorate degrees. He had 4 doctorate degrees, including total 32 degrees he obtained. One cannot even imagine about that one. And in spite of that being highly learned, highly qualified person, he was having a social sympathy for the society also, and he worked a lot in India for the welfare and upliftment of the poor people. Not only what is mentioned in the constitution, he fought vehemently for the farewell of the lower class people and also the people downtrodden, poor people. And he also got exemption for tax payments for lower income group people. That is a very boon to the people who had lower income group. Otherwise, paying of a tax is itself is a very burden for a person who are having already financial sources and all that. But being a local person having lesser income group and he has to pay the taxes to the government, that was a very awful situation, and he rescued such people to come out of such awful situation. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also fought for many things, and he himself introduced that Reserve Bank of India. He introduced that Reserve Bank of India, under which guidance now the all nationalized and corporate banks are working in India. And similarly, he also did a lot of things for the education of the poor people to bring them social equality among them and to practice the religion. He also worked for the interest of the minorities. That is more important. He also worked on the interest of the minorities. He was the master key behind the abolition of the untouchability, and he played a very vital role while the poor and all downtrodden Dalit people were not allowed to enter the temples. And he also worked over that they should be brought into the temple, they should have an entry into the temple, and also those people can avail all the facilities as that of the forward caste or forward class people. So, because as everybody knows that there is no discrimination in Islam. In Islam, there is no discrimination. All are equal. You may be seeing the kings and the public will be offering prayers together. So there is no discrimination, no difference between the status of a person, neither basing on the caste, creed, nor on the religion, nothing. So similarly, he suggested that there should not be any discrimination, and he brought positive steps in this, bringing, removing, eliminating those discriminations. And above all, I am so much fascinated by the knowledge of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, sir, that I'm really fascinated. The most learned, the most highly learned, highly qualified, and very concerned for society. That person belonged to our country, our own country, our India. Although he studied in Columbia, the first his education started at Columbia. Then he has been to uh, various universities of London, Cambridge, including the Cambridge, then he became the bar at law. But ultimately, the best point of his life was that he returned back to India in 1924 and he started working for the welfare of the people. His father was also a social worker, so he adopted a very good quality from his father. And since he was an able person, and actually nobody may be knowing, he had 14 siblings and he was the youngest among them. So his father propounded all his education abroad in foreign countries, and he was the first Indian to obtain a doctorate degree in Columbian University. That is so many things of pride, so many things of pride, unaccountable. We can't even count how knowledgeable he was, how learned he was, how dignified he was, and how secular minded he was, and how democratic his mindset he had. Those things really I have never read across in any of the leader. And he has taken a very vital steps in bringing the unity among the people here by running the democratic life of the people, irrespective of the religion, right to equality. And but one thing is lagging behind, because what all he did, that Article 21 says that right to expeditious relief, expeditious recovery, relief in the courts, speedy trial of the cases. But here, lakhs of cases are pending in the courts. So what about that one? The government should take a note of that one, that state government, central government, that in Supreme Court, lakhs of cases are pending. If I go for statistical counting, people will be shocked to know that this is the situation of India. But I don't want to do all this in this session. But lakhs of cases are pending in Supreme Court, in various high courts, lower courts. So the government should take to make an implementation that the proper disposal of the cases should be done. So it shouldn't go contrary to the Article 21 of the Constitution. So this, what all appreciate about our Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir is nothing whatever I said, nothing we all may say. We have only little knowledge about his qualifications, very little knowledge about his quality. He was a person of quality, and I pray that on this day, his soul may rest in peace, eternal peace, and he has done a lot. He also switched to Buddhism, and about 365,000 people followed him while he joined the Buddhism. So he was proponent of Buddhism also. So like this, I take leave to conclude my brief, what to say, this lecture also. I cannot say whatever brief expression I made about him. And with a lot of thanks to our Dr. Saheb Hussain sir for taking all efforts on all these important occasions. He's conducting webinars and taking so much pain. Excellent academician, and sir always want to keep himself busy without wasting the time. In spite of being a senior professor in the university, he's also conducting online coachings to students here for judges examination, for various examinations, without charging anything. That is the best part of him. Without charging anything, without any remuneration, the sir is imparting the best of his knowledge and experience among all the Indians. And I pray for healthy, long life of our Dr. Saheb Hussain sir, and peace be upon our Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir's soul. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a
Yes,
lot.
Madam Professor Shahin Khan, that you have made a wonderful comparison between the Islam and equality of the untouchability of the people like apartheid, which propagated by the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And you covered the many of things, and you are also exaggerated me also. Of course, in one way, in another way, you praised me. Okay, now the Angara Kenya, you said that you would only be the first one, but when you opened it, you are here. Now, it is a P. Angara Kenya, principal of the, yes, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
So, good evening, everyone. First of all, I thank Professor Sir Mohammed Hussain sir for giving me a nice opportunity for speaking about Dr. Ambedkar on the occasion of my birthday. And I am Dr. Ambedkar. I have a total experience of 17 years, and I am a principal of GTN Law College. Now, this is the celebration of 132nd birthday of Dr. Ambedkar, and we will start with the quote. Never stop fighting until you arrived at your destined place that is unique for you. Have an aim in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and have perseverance to realize the great life. In the words of Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar, he was a law minister, what we know, I think already in 1947, and his main achievements will come with the main achievements of him. He is the person who gives credit of giving place to Ashoka Chakra in the Indian tricolor, which goes to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And Baba Saheb Ambedkar also received the Bharat Ratna Award for his famous contribution towards the society for the upliftment of the Dalits. And Nobel Prize winner of Professor Dr. Amartya Sen considered Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the father of economics. And it is a important news. What we should know is Baba Saheb personal library, Rajagiri, constituted of more than 50,000 books, and it was the world's largest private library. So, coming to the main thing which he has contributed for labor, at the 7th session of Indian Labour Conference, which was held in New Delhi in 1942, Baba Saheb Ambedkar reduced the working period from 12 to 8 hours. He also contributed much for the revision of scale of pay, leave benefits, and DA for the workers. So the first Indian to advocate in front of South Borough Commission for the Universal Adult Franchise was Dr. Saheb Ambedkar. The book Waiting for a Visa was written by Baba Sahib, and this was made as the list of world top 100 scholars, and it was the first name on the list was Dr. Bhimarao Ambedkar. And Baba Sahib was the first lawyer from the backward classes. And the most important interesting news is the first statue of Baba Sahib was built in the year 1950 when he was alive, and this statue is established in Kolhapur University. And Dr. Ambedkar was also a law minister in the year 1947, but he resigned in 1951. But the reason is he was disappointed with the lack of influence with the government. And he was a person who removed untouchability, and he renounced the Hinduism religion, and he became a Buddhist along with 2 lakh follower Dalits. So he also wrote a book relating to Buddha and his Dharma. And we very well know always the Buddhist statues were closed eye statues, and paintings are visible only as the Buddha's eyes are closed. But besides a social reformer, a lawyer, he was also a good painter, where he made a good painting. And the first painting on Buddha, on which Buddha's eyes were opened, was only made by Baba Saheb Ambedkar. So he also wrote a book on problem of rupee, origin and solution. And it was the RBI which was established based on that on April 1st, 1935. He is a time inspiration to the youth of our country. He is a master of 64 subjects and could speak 11 language proficiency. Baba Sahib has given many suggestions in the problem of rupee, its origin and solution, about the demonetization that is discussed all around in the present time. And Dr. Baba Sahib, he was a good person who wants to follow the system. The caste system from India is based on the slogan, educate, agitate and organize. So he also made a march at Maharashtra for establishing equal rights from untouchable people in 1925. And he was the first person who put upon Satyagraha for drinking water. He also made some social movements for anti-caste, anti-spirit and temple entry movements. In 1930, he led a temple entry movement in Kalaram Temple, Nasik, Maharashtra. He was a member of Viceroy's Executive Council, and that he made legal challenges to protect the low-class people rights. And for that, he was awarded with Bharat Ratna Award for the tremendous contribution to the society. He also formed a political party known as Indian Labour Party, and it also followed to just safeguard the rights of the workmen. Baba Sahib was the world first Satyagrahi who did Satyagraha for drinking water. In 1954, in World Buddha Council held in Kotamedu, Nepal, Buddhist monks had given Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar the highest title of Buddhism. So with that, I just want to say that he is a great personality with great knowledge, and he is the only Indian whose statue is attached to Karl Marx in the London Museum. He has contributed much towards the contribution of society, especially in protecting the backward class and to uplift the Dalit community. So we will celebrate the birthday of Ambedkar every year, and on the occasion of 132 birthday, let us service be continued by all of us in all deeds. Thank you so much.
Thank you, the Angela Kenny. The other 5 minutes are left. Our judge sir, are you ready? Can you wind it up
Yes,
in 5 minutes? If it is
I
not
am
wind up,
ready.
then I start in the second session. Now I can request the Narayana Murthy, our judge, senior civil judge, senior civil judge, Navamurthy judge sir. You are welcome, sir. Continue, sir.
Sir, today we are celebrate. Sir, hear my voice.
Yes, audible and visible.
Okay, sir, today we are celebrated Dr. Ambedkar birthday. Our country also celebrated. Today, not only today, yesterday, today, tomorrow, every day we are celebrated Dr. Ambedkar birthday because the ruling country, our Indian country, run by Indian constitution, drafted by Dr. Ambedkar. Everyone, every citizen, not only India, in the other countries follows our Indian constitution drafted by Dr. Ambedkar. First, we thanks to our principal Mohammed Saheb Hussain to organize the meeting in foreign country. This is a significant of our constitution elaborately reached the all countries. Second, our Supreme Court, thanks to our Supreme Court, declare today holiday, judicial holiday to celebrate Dr. Ambedkar birthday in all over India by judiciary. This is the first time of India, our Supreme Court Suyamoto declared the holiday. Our Supreme Court Suyamoto declared holiday in judiciary, not only judiciary, it is followed by the government. In the first time, judiciary realized the sacrifice of Dr. Ambedkar to dedicate the life to the Dalit people and the poor people and the women. The discrimination by the caste and the wealth. We are bound under duty to celebrate each and every citizen Dr. Ambedkar birthday in every day, in future. Where our government follow only our Indian Constitution preamble. We people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereignty, sociality, secular democratic republic, justice, social, economic and political, liberty, thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity and promote among them, fraternity, ensuring the dignity of the individual and the unity integrity of the nation, justice, social, economic and political. Each and every day Supreme Court, High Court having deal with the matter, day-to-day affair of political persons. Liberty. Today, our Supreme Court
Excuse me, my lordship. At any time, the Cisco WebEx may stop it, but meanwhile, you can continue it. The second session will start definitely after the 5 minutes. Please continue.
What? Thank you. Our liberty also prevented by any executive, the court interfere. So, Dr. Ambedkar Constitution is filed yesterday, today, tomorrow will going on, each and every problem solved. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So, you wind up before the Cisco WebEx wind up, and you want to wind up early so that the time factor will be there. Because I told you now, at any time the Cisco WebEx may wind it out because it already gave the 5 minutes warning to me. Because in the 5 minutes that you have to deal it, then anyway that it will take the time because the recording should be there in it go to the hard disk. At any time it will stop it. After once it's recorded over there, again I will be on it. Again we do have the 50 to 55 minutes in our hand, and by that time that we can make the other participants. You are welcome back to my second session of the 132 birth anniversary of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Saheb, who will also be known as Baba Saheb. Yes, now I could see the Jetting Yellosa is present and Kalikonda Sharad Babu is present, and the speakers other are, I did not see them. And if Kolikonda Sharad Babu is ready, I can give some chance to the Kolikonda Sharad Babu to express his views, because when I started like this international webinars or virtual conferences are there after the pandemic, we made in the 2021 On the same 14th April 2021, I advertised or I circulated among all the persons, but we are only two are there. The first speaker is Kolikonda Sharad Babu, and who was my student at one of the college affiliated to Kakatiya University, and next it's me, and even that I recorded also, and I will also upload to you. When uploading this thing also, you could see how far the change you could see it. At the time we are only the two, we studied, and now we are the at least many we can say, because I am restricted also because of the time factor is concerned, and the people also the busy also in other respect. Kolikanda Sharif Babu, are you ready? Then I can give the chance to you to speak.
Yes, sir, I am ready.
Yes, please on your video, on your video. Yes, now I could visible to you. Now you can speak. And back to the Golikonda Sharad Babu, and he is pursuing the LLM. I wish them that he should complete the PhD also. Yes, please continue the Golikonda Sharad Babu.
Thank you, Professor Saab, for giving me this opportunity. And first of all, I would like to appreciate for holding these webinars from a distant place in Africa, and hats off to your patience. First of all, I thank the Telangana government for unveiling the statue of 125 feet of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar on his Jayanti day. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's greatness lies in his humility. The greatest honor was conferred on him when he was given the task of drafting the constitution by great leaders like Gandhiji and Nehru when India got independence. And this was not an ordinary task. How he was given that opportunity? Was it very usual? No, it was not an usual thing, because he had great scholarship and eminence behind him, because he studied in foreign universities and got 3 or 4 doctorates, and he studied most of the constitutions available in those times throughout the world. He studied the Constitution of Russia, Constitution of USA, Constitution of England, Austria, Germany, Australia, so many constitutions he studied. And he studied a lot of books when he was abroad in the library of British Museum. That was the largest library. And at that time, he got a lot of scholarship from those books. And with that knowledge, he drafted the Constitution, Indian Constitution. And the greatness of Indian Constitution lies in its richness of varied cultures and languages and regions and whatnot. Really, drafting the constitution for a great and diverse country like India is not an easy task, but he executed it very well and framed the constitution, which is very much relevant even after 75 years of independence. And in that constitution, he facilitated reservations for the downtrodden and weaker sections, and they are enjoying the fruits of those reservations even now also. Had those reservations not been facilitated, India would have really fallen into a civil war, and luckily, fortunately, the situation is not there in India. And one more thing is, as our elders sir said, when our neighboring countries experience revolts, and there are army revolts, army coups against the governments, India could successfully hold elections every 5 years. Even after the dark period of emergency was also, these elections were conducted periodically and successfully, and we have been electing democratically these governments for every 5 years. That credit really goes to the framer of our constitution, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And with these lines, and I would like to salute Dr. Ambedkar on his Jayanti, and I would like to thank once again our Professor Saab for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Kolikonda Sharad Babu was my student. Not he's my student also. And next participants, I could not see them. If anybody wants to express any views, we can express it now. Shahin Khan, do you want to say anything? If not, let me take my turn because
Yes,
yes, let me take my turn also. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
We have
now it's me that is going to share the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar and his education, how he says the education. When you say the education, it is creating miracles. As I told in my earlier sessions also, a bird without a wing, a boy without education is like a bird without a wing. That was the thing. And my slogan also says, in all arms, education arm is at zenith. And you could see my slogan also in that way. And now that I would like to share yes, I put it here. Now I will switch on to it. Yeah, just,
right, sir.
yeah, it is going on, yes, 14th, yeah, it is here. The quotations, you could see it now, how he made on the education, one by one, after I'm citing the quotations. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, famous inspiring quotations and sayings, and his, now let us see that if you believe in living a respectable life, you believe in self-help, which is the best help. That is the quotation of the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And here also that another quotation which I made it, be educated, be agitated, be organized, be confident, never give up. These are the 5 principles of our life. And it is, and if I find the constitution being misused, I shall be the first to burn it. And what he said with a loud voice. Life should be great. I repeat, life should be great rather than the long. That is the say of the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. I like the religion that teaches liberty, equality, and fraternity that you could see in our preamble also. And men are mortal. So our ideas, an idea needs propagation as much as a plant needs watering, otherwise both will wither and die. That is the saying of him. Law and order are the medicines of the body politics, and when the body politic gets sick, medicine must be administered. Then so long as you don't achieve the social liberty, whatever the freedom is provided by the law is of no avail to you. That is the Bharat Ratna awarded post later on to the Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Then they can't make a history who forget history. I repeat, they can't make the history who forget history. And knowing that education is the way to progress in life, students should study hard and become loyal leaders of society. Without education, one cannot be a leader. And no plan for the future development of the country can be deemed to be complete, which does not provide for technical and scientific training. This is the age of machine, and it is only those countries in which technical and scientific training has risen to the highest pitch that will survive in the struggle that will commence when the war is over for the maintaining the decent standard of living for their people. That's why we can say IT development is very much nowadays. That's why we can say it is a digital India. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also says schools of specialized excellence. The prayers of any society depends on the proper progress of education in that society. This is the quotation of the Mohammed Saheb Ambedkar. Knowledge is the basis of human life. To enhance the intellectual capacity of the students, also every effort should be made to create their intelligence. Then we go to the you got educated does not mean everything is done. There is no doubt in the importance of education, but along with the education, morality should also improve. Without the morality, the value of education is zero. So, merely education is not the point. You should have to follow the morality also. Educate boys and girls. Don't involve them in traditional business activities. Here, I would like to say that if you educate a man, he will educate a man only. But if you educate a woman, she will educate the generation. That is also one of the saying I would like to quote here. Universalization of the primary education is the basis for all-round national progress. There must therefore be a law for compulsory primary education. That is the reason that primary education up to the 14 years is free, the government made, and it is also envisaged in the constitution. Learn to live with self-respect in this world. This ambition should always be in you to show by doing something in this world. Remember, those who wants to fight, come forward. Yes, if you don't come forward education, then fools will ruin the country. That's what is going on now. A life to be clean and free from the all vices. Educate your children. Slowly instill ambitions in their mind. Assure them that they are going to be the great people. Destroy the inferiority complex. Don't be in a hurry to get them married. So the marriage age is fixed for the boy is 21 years and the girl is 18 years, if I may be not mistaken. Purpose of education is to moralize and socialize the people. That is what Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said. You are the architect of your life. That is the one can be architect your life. You can make your destiny also. The destiny is in your hand. And education is the birthright of every person, and this right cannot be denied to anyone. That's why education becomes a fundamental right in the norms of the international instruments also. That's why the India is one of the party for the international instruments, hence it is domesticated in the municipal laws also. And next, purpose of education is to moralize and socialize the people. I think I repeated it. Education is what makes a person fearless, teaches him the lesson of unity, makes him aware of his rights, and inspire him to struggle for his rights. And that's why the Baba Sahib say, instead of constructing the temples, churches, mosques, or any prayer places, better you construct schools. That was his contention. And next, education is the tigress's milk, and whoever sips it will surely grow like a tiger. Yes, if you want to be a tiger, you should have to sip the lioness milk. I like the cohabitation of the books more than the cohabitation of the people. So books are good friends, and that's why they say books forever, people are for a while. Then comes the knowledge is the basis of human life. To enhance the intellectual capacity of the students, also every effort should be made to increase their intelligence. Yes, intelligence and knowledge, without education it will not come together. Yes, universalization of the primary education is the basis of all-round national progress. There must be therefore a law for compulsory primary education. This I repeated again. Education plays an important role. It can create the miracles. These are the certain quotations of the Dr. Ambedkar's on education. I am the convener of this program, that I am Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb Hussain. Yes, these are the things which I would like to share with you. Now I would like to see that if any other speaker is present or not, but I did not find the speaker is present over there. But still, if anybody wants to express their opinion, it is open to the speakers to say a few words. Like I will ask the Jetting Yellow sir would like to express some of the views of you regarding the present position. As I told you, if the educated will not come as a leaders and the fools will rule it. Your comment, please.
Yes, sir, we have seen it in every sphere of our India is concerned. From the Gram Sabha to the parliament level, the unruly elements have entered, they captured the power and they're ruling us. And they're making the laws, they're imposing the laws upon us. So it is a high time that the educated should come forward and to enter into the main political arena. Unless until educated start coming into the political arena, the situation will be there forever, as pointed out by the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, father of the Bhimrao Ambedkar. But now the situation is completely corrupted. The educators are afraid to even to go to a political leader, because a political leader is a characterless, a shameless person, a corrupt person, a criminals, and they have created this sort of atmosphere so that educated should not come to in their domain. You know, I refer to Andhra Pradesh. About 10 years back, it's Prakash Narayan. He resigned his civil services IAS job and he started a Lok Satta movement. He vigorously canvassed for the educated should come into the mainstream of the political arena. But with utter amazement, he failed miserably. Though he got elected from the once for the as a MLA to the Malkasgiri of the Hyderabad city, but all his followers, they are mostly they're educated. They failed. Why? Because he opted a policy of discipline, should not incorporate or the unethical practices in the election. And now he himself, Jayaprakash Narayan, his political party, though it is there, but it is became a helpless political party. Then if you see the northern sides, the Kejriwal, the present Delhi Chief Minister, he resigned as an Indian Revenue Service officer and he joined hands with the social reformers like the Anna Hazare, and he made some sort of crusade against the corruption. And he came out from the Anna Hazare. He started a party called Aam Aadmi Party. Now, recently, the Election Commission of India has given it a national party. So, we can say, as on today, is a kind of hope for the nation. Means educated, they coming to a political banner in the form of Aam Aadmi Party. So we could say that he is a kind of hope. But you take the other political parties, most of the political parties, most of the parliament members, most of the assembly members are most of the Gram Sabha elected members. They involved one type or the other type of the pieces, they being got elected. And after we have seen in the municipal elections, a councillor, a corporator is spending 2 crores for range of 10,000 voters. Why he has spending such a huge amount that he wanted to earn 10 times more than that of amount? There is a open bribing is going on. Election day before the election, they bribed, voters are bribed. And we had in the newspapers, in TVs, the voters are demanding we should have to pay. Then only we're going to give the cast our votes. So such kind of situation is prevailing. To avoid, to stop this sort of practices, the educators,
Jetling Yellow Shah, try to
even
wind up.
after
The speaker is waiting.
election, even after their retirement, what I meant to say that even after their retirement, they should come into the jump into the political arena to otherwise why Baba Saheb Ambedkar, he given such a wonderful message that on this day of 132nd birth anniversary of the Baba Ambedkar, we should take a pledge after our at least retirement, we should come and join in some political movements so that the sanctity of the constitution should be maintained. So thank you, sir. I'm over exceeded
Yes,
my
sir.
time.
No matter. You have nicely explained it, Jetling Yellow Sir, to the proposition which is made. Now I will request our Guruji Yashpal Singh sir. He is awardee in the 2004. Now I will switch out to the Yashpal sir. Are you ready? Please on your video and audio. Both. Yes, I could see audio and video. Yes. Now I can switch out to the Dr. Professor Yashpal Singh sir from Dwarka, New Delhi. Welcome, sir, to this international conference, adding a feather to our conference. Please continue it, sir.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Mohammed Hussain Sahib. And I should congratulate at the very outset to you that all of the main important occasion, though you are away around 30,000 mile away from this motherland, but you never leave any red letter day occasion or any auspicious occasion for this motherland, and you are serving so far from this motherland, but your heart is Indian, your thought is Indian, and this Indianness, you are exploring this Indianness idea around this world. I'm really and personally very, very thankful to you, a very, very precious, soul, a great thinker, a visionary professor, a professor with a great vision, so much having the judiciary, so much having the litigation expertise in you. And I'm really very happy when I see your personality. I really thank to myself that it was the moment in my life I got it since we met in Hyderabad last year in conference. And I'm till then, I also want to wish Dr. Gatling also, perhaps one day when during the conference we have listened him and his word also, and Madam Sahin and all the participants. I don't know whether I know everybody or not, but I congratulate and thanks all of you that on the leadership of Mohammed Saheb Hussain Sahib, Professor Sahib in St. Augustine University, Tanzania, we all are very, very thankful. On behalf of you, all of you, I convey my sincere thanks to Professor Mohammed Hussain Sahib. As far as today conference is concerned, everybody knows in this world that Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar had came from a low caste community on that time, and today even if we see India as a globe, the status of the India as a globe is same as that was on that time to Baba Sahib Ambedkar Sahib, because the caste dignity was low. Hence, he had been deprived in all of these sphere till he got his law degree from Britain. He became barrister and came back India. And this is today we remember him not only that he was the Baba or his name was Ambedkar. He born in Ambedkar Ambed village. It's only due to the significance of that personality who had made our multi-dimensional, vibrant constitutions. Because though there was so many members, 274 members had been involved in the drafting committee of the constitution, but basically the core committee member, whose number was 11 or 9, never took this job seriously. He was the only person who coordinated with all of the committee members, and he make a so democratic constitution which can integrate diversity in unity. And today the beautiful constitution which he made. So we are as a independent state, India, and we are day by day our democracy is going to be mature, and we are really very, very thankful. This is not the sole work which Baba Sahib did. One of the story I'm telling you, at one time Baba Sahib has narrated that I had born as a Hindu, but I will not die as a Hindu. And he did not. He accepted the Buddha Dharam before his last day. He was Buddhist person. I'm not believing in religion and casteism, but thing is that whatever the genuinity the human have, sometime I thought that the love, the affection, this is a long distance professor who is working in Tanzania, giving me fatherly love, the fatherly blessings every time when I am in trouble or I feel that I'm a bit disturbed. So this is basically the genuinity of the humanity. Baba Sahib also was the very, very genuine person, and he made the longest constitution ever in this world, country constitution, which he made it. It was his sincere effort, and many times he also opposed Gandhi. Even in Golmed Sammelan, which had been held in Britain, he went and go, and there was some dispute because English people like more to Mr. Gandhi because he was Congress was having a hidden pact with British people. So there was a little bit argument also between Ambedkar Sahib and Golmed, fourth Golmed Sammelan. Golmed means round table conference. It went on about the problem of the India, about the freedom movement of the India. So he went there as a representative of India, not a official, unofficial. He went it officially. Gandhiji went it, and he proved that basically the real India who's existing on that day. He was the disputed leader for the Ambedkar side. You see the vibrant personality of this gentleman whose name is Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ambedkar, that when one assembly is going on and he addressed the youth of this country, and while addressing the youth of the country, he make it that be united, be educated, and be excellent. Only the education is the thing that you can move away from one place to another place and from lower to higher place, but you must be educated. Even though this is a long time, we have lost our, beloved the statesman Bhimrao Ambedkar. But even today, if I see the globe, the same situation comes here as the low caste was suffering during the British Raj. the same situation the India is suffering due to this all kind of the development, and not India, all the other countries. Basically, this world has been divided by the developed country, then the European country, then the Middle East country, then the few country of in Asia also, like China and Japan and Korea, and we people has been deprived in one terms that they produce something which India is not having, and they then blame to the India and third world other country who is like similar to India, that we are making the pollution on this world. Our priority are something else. Our priority are not the priority of the developed country, because our country is having a variant kind of the population. Some population are very rich; they are having their own resources, but most of the people who are not having the sufficient infrastructure, sufficient money, sufficient education, they also the part of our society, and this makes the integration of this country, and this is the beauty of this country. And I'm really very, very thankful, though my wife is not feeling well, but still the motivation come from again Mohammed Saheb Hussain. He make me involved in such kind of things which can change my mindset for a little bit, and I'm really very happy today that whatever conference is going to be arranged. And one request I have to make to Professor Mohammed Saheb Hussain Sahib, professor in St. Augustine University, that at least, sir, when you are organizing such beautiful and nice conference, having the open-minded thought and having the open-mind discussion, why not you issue some certificate to all of the participants who make available the present.
Yes, Professor, I am providing the certificate to them.
Repeating my request, because the participants are very precious. If we got the certificate from your signature, and everybody will be happy even, and that will be beneficially, that will be accepted for their credential also. So this was my consideration. The persons who are available over here, but I could not make mention them. So I convey again, thank you everybody to be very polite, to make me the presentation here. I convey my thanks again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Yashpal sir, my Guruji. Then definitely that we will follow your advice, and last time we issued the certificates also to the people, those who presented with their paper, and this time also that we would like to make it out in the same manner. But I told you in the beginning, I said in 2021, I conducted the same 14th April 2021, the birth anniversary of the Baba Saheb Ambedkar. At that instance, I made circulation of my things to several people, but only one student of mine and who studied in one of the affiliated college in Khammam and me, we are only the two speakers. With this today what we made after recording it, then I will load this session as well as the 2021 where Kolikonda, Sharad Babu and myself, only two speakers are there. See, there is a saying is there in Urdu, khatre khatre dariya. A drop water, it became an ocean. So with that view, I would like to proceed. Then I believe that though no other person has joined, but except V.S. Manjula, she is a professor. Earlier she worked in Ethiopia. Now she is working in the Kampala International University, Kampala campus, Uganda. I asked her to utter our view because she is from the computer science, but doesn't matter. Everybody knows who is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and hence now I will ask V.S. Manjula, you can on your video and you can on your audio and express your opinion. Please. Manjula, are you ready? V.S. Manjula.
Sir.
Yes, you can
Yes,
on
sir.
your audio and video and express your views at least 1 or 2 minutes. I'll give the chance to you. Please continue. Anyway, audible or visible, no matter. But audible is preferably, not visible.
Okay, sir. Sorry for this. Good evening. I'm Dr. Manchula. At present, I'm working the professor in the University of Kampala International University in Uganda. And before that, I was worked in the Ethiopia. That's a Wollo University, Department of Computer Science, College of Informatics. I was worked in 2 years. And before the 2014 to 2019, I was worked in the St. Joseph University in Tanzania. At the time, I was the head of the department and head of the Department of Computer Science, Engineering and Information Technology. I have totally 21 years experience. And apart from that, I'm working, at present I'm working, I appointed as a foreign external examiner for thesis evaluation for PhD holders. Those are doing the PhD, various universities. I'm an external examiner. And apart from that, I finished online certifications, many certification courses also I finished. At present, I got the opportunity in Uganda. At present, I'm working here. Thank you, Lord.
At least she expressed her that where she worked in the experience and she has shown it. But I'm thankful that she said something. Then again, I can request Rajender. Are you ready to express yourself? Then a few words regarding the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Can you say so? Professor Rajendra Gaud Neil, are you there? I saw your microphone. Still, you are struggling to open it. Okay, no matter. Then, Shahil Khan, you would like to express anything of your views regarding the present tendency is concerned? Shahil Khan, unmute and say.
Yes, sir. We were waiting for these our guests to speak up, but there may be some reasons they are unable to be in touch with us. I think there may be some reasons, and the whole thing, various views of various intellectuals I heard about our Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, and very good quotations said by him. You all discussed with us and highlighted the quotations. Everything was very good and very excellent throughout the program. Through every speaker, we came to know something special about Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Everybody imparted with their own respective knowledge, information about him. And as I said, he was migrated to India in the year 1926 and he expired in 1956, hardly at the age of 65 years. And it was a very, very short time for him. But in spite of such a short time of 30 years, he did a lot for the community of our India. He has done a lot, tremendous changes he brought, social upliftment, many things, unaccountable he has done. His very excellent deeds are there. But it is very painful, sir, that he was awarded that Bharat Ratna award in the year 1990, about 34 years of his demise. Why? There should be some recognition, some acknowledgement of the deeds of the people. And these all, whatever the awards, they should be given during the lifetime. Why to do all that after the death of that person, as if we are waiting for him to be demised up, then we are going to felicitate. Felicitation, acknowledgement, realization, recognition, these are all should be done during the lifetime of a person. And at that, in the year 1990, whether his son was there available or not, that is all. Whatever we do, don't do big, do something small, do something little, but do during the lifetime of that person. After a person is no more, you are giving this award. Why did it take years together, 3 decades to decide whether to give an award or not? And such a person, such an executive person, excellent person, incomparable. Baba Saheb Ambedkar was an incomparable intellectual, and he should have been felicitated a lot during his lifetime. But anyways, it was given. That is, it's better as never than too late. That is good.
Yes, madam, because as you said, late is better
You have
than
been very
never.
successful, tremendously successful. Yes, sir.
And
I would like to add one thing, sir.
yes, please. At any time, the Cisco WebEx will find out because the caution 5 minutes I received it. Then till till it will be seized, you can continue it.
His own quotation that you exhibited earlier in the Cisco WebEx, that is, life need not be long, but it should be great. That applies to him because he lived for a relatively short time, but it was a very great life for exactly.
You can on your
WebEx
video
applies
also.
to him. Sir?
You can on your video also. Sarath Babu.
Sir, his own quotation applies to him, sir.
I say you can on your video. Yes, now you okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it's okay.
That is his own quotations are life should not be or need not be long, but it should be great. That applies to him because he lived for a relatively short span of life, but it was a great life. His
In the
own
similar
quotation applies to
manner,
him.
Swami Vivekananda also, life should not be long, it may be short also, but he also created the miracle in the entire world.
Yes,
Swami
yes,
Vivekananda.
yes. People like John Keats, the great poet, they also lived for a short span, but they made indelible remarks on the people's minds.
So Professor Saheb Hussain sir,
Yes, please continue.
a simple suggestion, if
Yes.
you don't mind. Sir, the WebEx is okay, but it is 1 hour duration only. Why we should not go for the other platform like the Google Meet? There should not be any kind of interruption.
Yes,
You
but
can go
the
for
point is, no, I was habituated, acclimatized to this platform, so I cannot dance to the new platform. That is only the hitch of mine. But in future, we will make it out.
But there is no cutting it.
But doesn't
After
matter.
1
See,
hour,
the
we
point
can-
is, there would be some break would be there, so that the people go for the interval and do the other necessary things. And this is also a disguised form of blessing to us to do in that manner. But I was very much, I say, habituated, acclimatized, or adjusted to this Cisco WebEx. I can operate it without any difficulty. So a new platform again, it needs a time, and that is the reason that I did not make it our. So, and most of the people have the Cisco WebEx because earlier from 2011 onwards, I am continuing such a programs are there, and the people have already loaded that Cisco WebEx to them, and my link will not be changed. Every time the people are asking, sir, please post your link. I said my link will not be changed. In the 2021 that I made, where the UGC made the classes should be conducted online, from that day onwards, it is my daughter who suggested me to make the Cisco WebEx, and he uploaded me, and I was doing the same Cisco WebEx till today, having the same link with that. So it is a very surprise. Whenever I post any flyer, definitely I will post the link with it. But the point is, one should have to see the back, scroll back to see whether the link is there or not. And it doesn't matter. And again, I posted the link to the many of them, even today also, the link. And
विन्ध्य हिमाचल यमुना गङ्गा उच्छल जलधि तरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तां हमारा। जय हिंद।
जय हिंद।